Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RLH. Could be completely wrong, but I might have to get back to you in a sec. We should be back on air right now, are we? We should be back on air right now. I'm not sure what that notification just said, but welcome ladies and gentlemen to Racing League Hub Super Formula. It's round 9 this week and we are in Barcelona, joined on board Emilius 73. I am your commentator and overall voice of the evening, Ikaten, and we have a championship on our hands that could be decided tonight. We are looking at the potential champion of tonight, or this season, the whole championship, with Bruma then, the number 66 car. We have 7 drivers joining us tonight, and before we go any further I will check the technical part of this evening's entertainment and be right back with you. And as it seems like you can hear me, I am then gonna continue on with this remaining 16 minutes of qualifying. Your current pole sitter then is GR Bruma. Second place man is Styles, who's currently on view. Third place man is 189 in the green Toyota, followed by Emilius 1 second behind. Emilius 73, then the Italian or driver. Is that the flag of Mexico? That would be embarrassing. It's a flag of sorts. Later on I will go back to the stream and erase that comment. Gen 2 GSR, then the American driver. Last time out, great performance from him. Freddy then in 6th, Timmy the Turtle in 7th, and as the comments suggest, Prince Killer is not currently racing, I think, unless he has another identity or personality or whatever it's called on PSN. That would be then something else. I am completely lost at the moment, you will have to excuse me. But give me IPA. I'm not sure Prince Killer is racing tonight, but you're very welcome to stay on the stream together with the other two people, one of them probably me, and yeah, it should be an interesting race. We are in Barcelona at the moment. I am talking a lot of unusual, or just call it unnecessary chatter at the moment, as Freddy wags his tail while going into the pits for a fresh set of tires on 47 laps of fuel. Then, or that's not 47 laps, that's 47%, I think. So that's how much I know about this game, and the rest is all in the details. We're gonna go on board with follow Styles for a moment. Won the race last week and on good pace this week as well. He running a Toyota, I think. Yep. As I think all, yeah, here we can see. So Emilio's then running a Honda, Gen2 GSR running a Honda, and the rest of the pack is all Toyota. The championship, like I said, is could be decided this week, as Short is not racing. He is in fact occupied with other things, and that means that guy in car 66 could take it home. We don't know yet. He could be experiencing some disconnects or similar hydraulic issues in the car this week. It's all up for grabs then for him anyway. Whether he will cash in on that check, that's still to be seen, as we have 12 minutes remaining of qualifying. We have a new driver on the grid, Timmy the Turtle, then sporting number 13 in the Toyota Guarana racing car, displaying what's on for grabs. Perhaps starting next season, as the team is still establishing itself in this league. We do know of a couple of new drivers for next year, and if you feel like joining Racing League Hub, you will find us on the website, racingleaguehub.com. We have a bunch of different leagues, a bunch of different games. We have Formula 1 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 4 different leagues of Formula 1, spanning from F1 to F4. And all the good parts that come with that, such as practice, special events, whatnot. As Timmy sets a new lap on the board, currently in 7th. As he is driving for a new team, there might be some technical, or should we say technical translation differences coming from another car into a new team. He might have to get to grips with that car and with the team. Team then obviously being managed very well by a secretary and his manager. Timmy is currently banging in lap times. Like I said, Racing League Hub has a bunch of different games, F1 being one of them, GT Sport the other one. We're currently watching one of the GT Sport series. We do, however, also include GT3 and GT4 as additions to Formula 1 we play on PlayStation and PC. So if you feel like joining, hit us up on racingleaguehub.com for some virtual racing. Like I said before, this is then virtual Barcelona in the Super Formula cars. 9th round out of 10, so do have a season end coming in next week, but before that we have to see how the championship is gonna go, and it's up for grabs for Bruno this year, this season race. Fact, and yeah, we got 8 minutes and 45 seconds left of qualifying. Bruno is going to pit for a new set of tires. SMJT189. Then on a flying lap, fresh set of rubber, about a third of a tank of fuel left, and we're gonna go on board with him. This league is running a performance system, or decreasing performance system, meaning that depending on your position last race, you are then gonna have to suffer or gain some performance, and the performance ticks for the round 9 are Styles that has 6 ticks, meaning his performance is down, either weight or power, I think. Freddy then has 4 ticks. Bruma then has 3. 189 has 2 ticks, and Gen 2 GSR has 1 tick. Meaning that Emilius and Timmy the Turtle do have a performance benefit over those other cars. Whether that is going to play a role in the race, it will be interesting. As we go on board the Toyota of Bruno, currently in 4th. Styles is the only other driver on the lap, so around the first sector, entering the second sector, so we're gonna go on board with Bruno. He does go quicker by about 0.1 second. Entering the third and final sector, and the tricky last corners then that Formula 1 have choose to cut. Final corner onto the start-finish straight. Bruno does a 1:28, almost flat, going third with that time. We're gonna go on board with Styles because he's about to finish a lap. currently on provisional pole with 4 minutes and 45 seconds left of this qualifying. He goes even quicker, sets a 1:27.2:44. Great lap from him then. We could go on board with Timmy the Turtle now. Just about to start a lap, I think. Also finishing one, obviously, but corner looked a little bit scruffy, so I think he's about to start a proper lap. Cars then are all on equal performance. Setups are locked, so you don't have any massive differences in the cars themselves. Obviously the chassis is built basically a one car series, so you should be looking at some fair fighting as Gen 2 GSR puts on some fresh rubber, about to go on a last dash of qualifying. We have a car about to finish a lap that just has entered the pits, but will be the car of Styles then just about to finish another lap. Does he improve on his provisional pole time, which is 0.4 seconds quicker than Freddy? Seen he does have some overtake left to be used. Does improve by 0.129 seconds, increasing the gap to Freddy then by 0.5. Freddy in the meantime going into the second sector. This then in Formula 1 would be a DRS zone. These cars do not have DRS, so that can't be said for them then. Freddy goes uphill onto the last sector, or last part of the track. We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left of the qualifying, so we should be seeing the last times as Freddy wags the tail a little bit. No stress at this moment. I think he's still gonna put in a lap. That lap was in fact quicker than the one before. We are gonna join as we see Styles then run out of fuel. Does have a bit of a gap to SMJT. Can't get that car moved. There will be a yellow flag, which means technically the cars should lift into the first corner. This move then is a famous one, made famous by the actually famous by Michael Schumacher. Monaco 1 year, duplicated then by Nico Rosberg, supposedly. Don't know the full story yet, but assuming that's true, the move was made famous by 2 German drivers. Go on board with SMJT. He's about to finish his lap. That is false. About to go into the pits. Can go on board with Bruma then. Is currently in 4th, having suffered a couple of performance sticks, 3 to be exact, and he is then powering out of the corner. I do not know which number it is. I'm going to check the track map for a second. Anyway, we are gonna see the drivers very low on fuel as Gen 2 GSR is red on the fuel. He has fresh tires, about to end his lap, coming through corner 16, then onto the main straight. The checkered flag is waving. He doesn't improve on his time. Next driver to cross the line then is Bruma. I think he might be the last driver to cross the line, I'm not sure. There's a slow moving car on the main straight. Could be very well that... no, the timer is still going, so Bruma is then coming up to corner 15 and 14 and 15, then up to 16 onto the main finish straight. Has backed out. Might be due to fuel, as your cars can be displayed on track then since they have parked due to lack of fuel. Whether that's gonna affect the stewards, as they do not have a complete fuel sample, we don't know, but the fact of the matter is that we probably should know. Here is your qualifying or race start order then. Pole sitter then this week is Styles, followed closely behind by Smjit 189, followed by Fretty, Bruma, Gen 2 GSR, Emilius and Timmy the Turtle. In a few seconds you will see the lights go out and we have a race on our hands. Race is 30 minutes and it should be interesting in terms of the qualifying championship, as the cars are off the line going into the first corner. The line here is vital. You have an opportunity to overtake, as we see two cars wide into the first and second corner. SimJT then the net winner of that pack, followed closely by Styles. Pretty then overtaking Bruma into the fourth corner, and Bruma having none of it, trying to keep Fretty behind, but Fretty overtakes around the outside. Just like a Trailer Park Girl from an Eminem song, he makes that move stick, and we are officially racing and going to see who will be on top this week. We are on the first lap then. Bruma then being overtaken there by Gen 2 GSR, following Fretty. Oh, as there's a bit of contact there between the two. Bruma then having a bit of contact with Gen 2 GSR and then getting settled back into it. Now then being challenged by Emilius, and my buttons seem to have changed. That might be the reason for it. No, it's not. As the none of the buttons seem to work at the moment. Yep, here we go. We are watching Gen 2 GSR then being chased by Bruma. Pretty has made a bit of a gap then, as well as SMJT 189, currently leading the race with 0.6 seconds to Styles. The gap seems to be fairly constant at the moment, and Fretty has a 2-second loss to Styles. Gen 2 GSR following closely behind. Bruma then has got a bit of a gap to Emilius, but Emilius is not there. I'm sorry, Emilius is there to cash in on whatever mistake Bruma makes, or just on plain and raw pace, gonna catch him up. Timmy the Turtle then in 7th place at the moment. SMJT then goes on to lap 3, as I will have to check my inbox. 1 second. At this very moment, the race is being led by Smjt 189. We have 4 people on the stream, which is nice. Welcome all of you. This is Racing League Hub. Freddy then currently in 2nd, followed by Styles. And catching up to Styles then is Gen 2 GSR. And Bruma then close behind, and Emilius waiting to pounce on that green colored car of Bruma. A closed pack at this time of the race. We do make up for some great racing in this league, so stick around and we will see how this race goes. RLH Freddy then in 2nd, having overtaken Styles. One man who is alone in front is SMJT 189. Lap after lap, he's proven himself to be the number one man to look out for this evening. He is being caught up a little bit by Freddy at the moment, but seems that Freddy has used a little bit more overtake than your first place man SMJT. In 3rd currently we have Styles in what seems to be almost the reversed colored car to Freddy's. The number 27 against the number 52. Fierce battling there from last race. What they come up with today. Could very well be that the battling keeps on. So we then have the fastest lap currently set by SMJT. In the lead it is a 1:29.8, and like I said before, as Bruma goes a little bit wide, we are gonna go on board with the buttons and have suddenly chosen to switch places. That should be. Could that be from here? I'm not sure. Nope. Anyway, we're back to the racing then. Emilius then having overtaken Bruma, as that calamity took place then with the controller. Currently then in 5th place in the orange car. This is his last race of the season. He is looking very neat at the moment. 1.1 second gap to Bruma. None of the drivers have damage at the moment, which is always nice. Timmy the Turtle then in 7th, currently on points. He seems to have 65% of fuel left. Right button. I apparently can't change the data, so I'm looking at the one that the driver has chosen, or the other option is that I'm a complete idiot. As Styles pits then. Styles is pitting then for some new tires and perhaps more fuel. He has a lot of overtake left to be used. Let's see how the crew get on with the pit stop. All neat and tidy. Fuel going in and taking a while. I'm guessing he's going for a full tank. I guess he's right. And Styles is back on. The other driver to pit then is Tim the Turtle, as SMJT 189 is still leading the race in the green Toyota. Currently the quickest lap time is then held by SMJT 189. It's a 1:29.8. And I'm trying to set my microphone on the correct level. We do not have any comments at this very moment. We have 4 viewers online. If you have any race predictions, let us know. Brumo then pitting for tires and fuel. Why they pit at this moment, I am not 100% sure, but I think that might have to do with something with... Well, interestingly, it shouldn't have to do with tire wear, as Pretty then battling Gen 2 GSR on track. Pretty then on the medium tire, Gen 2 GSR on the soft tire. To be honest, I don't know how Freddy has more tire wear than Gen 2 GSR on the soft tire, but that could be something to look at during the race. Emilius then on the soft tire has a bit more wear than Gen 2 GSR, but if we look at GT 189, I hope I'm saying that name correctly, he doesn't have as much tire wear, so that could be down to driving style obviously, but the other thing could be that traffic causes a bunch more wear than as Freddy then dives into the pits. The tire change then inevitable for him. Styles then in first, 28 seconds behind. We are gonna follow him for a second to see if he's gaining on Freddy. He doesn't seem to be. I think Freddy is currently in the pits, yeah. And Styles then coming onto the start-finish straight, so fuel going in for Freddy, and Styles then completing another lap. They are going to meet in the first corner. The net result then being that Styles did not gain a position in that by pitting before Freddy, but Freddy then currently on colder tires and the quicker compound, so it'll be interesting to see. As we've only been racing for about 11 minutes and 40 seconds when they... well, about 10 minutes when the pit stop started happening. This would then indicate a 2-stop race. The current potentially championship winning car is then in 6th. I think whatever amount of points he scores will mean the championship is his. We only have 7 drivers at the moment, but this could be one of those weeks when not everyone has time to race, so see about attendance in the future. SMJT then leading the race. He has a commanding lead of 8 seconds over Gen 2 GSR. They are on about the same amount of tire wear. If I go to the timing screen, I might have the ability to see the gap between leader and the first driver to pit, or well, the driver who has pit in, and is Fretty. He's currently 9 and a bit seconds behind, and I think SMJT then has a free pit stop at this very moment, as he does go into the pits. As there's no excitement in the pit stops themselves, I will follow Gen 2 GSR, who then takes over the lead, obviously not having pitted, but on lower fuel and has some tires to use, so how much, or if he can make up time. The gap was about 8 seconds to GT, so I think we could see a battle between them, considering that the gap was 8 seconds. Interesting to see, as I think Gen 2 GSR is in fact losing time to Fretty. Yep, every corner he goes, he loses time. I think currently on this lap he has lost half a second, meaning that his tires are gone. They are the same compound as Fretty's at the moment, so it's purely down to tire wear and, well, not purely, but if we assume they are as quick, that would be down to tire wear, as there is a battle between SMJT and Styles. SMJT then overtaking Styles. But Styles is having none of it. Right under his wing at this very moment. They both run about the same amount of overtake. Styles then using some of it in onto the start-finish straight, as he wants that position from into the first corner we go. Styles then looking up the inside. Gap then was much, or maybe Styles was feeling those ticks coming in. Sure. Current race leader then is Fretty. Probably made the right call on the pit stops, as they have now all pitted once. We're gonna see them come in in about 5 minutes, about 3 laps. Gap then to Fretty is currently growing. SMJT may be having to defend, or defend from Styles then. Styles, race winner last time out, currently in 3rd place, challenging SMJT. Seems to be a bit of a gap growing at some of the other drivers. Tim Turtle then in 7th, piloting that Gorner racing car. Currently a prototype for next season. Helios then currently in 6th on his own, but with the best of this driver, he's quick, we know that for a fact. Running the medium tire, perhaps going to the end on the orange car then racing for the last time this season. Currently in 6th position. 7 seconds then separating Bruma and Emilius. Bruma in 5th. Bursting home that car on the medium tires. Led by Gen 2 GSR. Battle that we could see by the end of the race is Gen 2 GSR, Styles and SMJT. SMJT catching up to Fretty, currently on different tires, different tire compounds, as well as JT then having a quarters of a tank of fuel. Fretty having pitted earlier. That left front does not look too healthy. Go on to lap 13. We currently have 3 viewers, and good evening to you all. Nice of you to join. The race is currently led by RLH Fretty, 52. He has a 6.4 second gap to SMJT, who is currently being challenged by Styles. However, Styles is then under threat from Gen 2 GSR, who has been showing his claws all evening, hardly catching up to Styles, I think. The cars are on the same tire. Styles has a bit more tire wear and somewhat less fuel, which makes me think perhaps the tire wear is an issue on this track. Current potentially championship winning car is then in 6th, followed by Emilius in 7th. Turtle in 7th. The race leader then has lost a bit of his gap. Ultimately, I wouldn't be too concerned, as I think all of the cars are about to pit one more time. Question is, will SMJT pit? He's on the medium tire currently, and he does have a bunch of fuel on board. Those tires do look really nice, so we'll see. Styles then currently challenging SMJT, but I do think he has to pit on the basis of that tire wear, plus the fact that Gen 2 GSR is catching him. Fretty then pits. This should be the last pit stop, as we have 8 minutes and 15 seconds left of this race. Down a little bit. Styles then copying strategy. Should make up for some good racing. Up into 3rd at the moment. GSR probably not pitting for anything other than fuel. Could even go to the end on that set. It's Racing League Hub Super Formula you're tuned into at the moment. Race is very much up for grabs. See Gen 2 GSR then on a roll, as you would say. Currently 2.9 seconds behind SMJ. Gap then increasing up to 3 point. Down on the brakes, I think car is losing a little bit of time. Well, that could be the timing itself, not considering the time. In third at the moment, immediate fourth. RLH 35th. Styles dash X. Sorry. X Styles dash X. 6th. Timothy Turtle in 7th. Currently pounding that medium compound tire. Does have a bunch of overtake left to use. Hope he does. Overtake button here and there. SMJT then in the race by 2.5 seconds. Followed closely by Gen 2 GSR. Prediction is that of these drivers might I think has to pit one more time. Emilius might not have to, and challenging Emilius as we speak. Orange car of Emilius 73 then under threat currently by the red and white car from Fretty as they go as we go into the last corners of the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. Right, this is virtual Spain and GT Sport. Up then to the start-finish straight, challenging Emilius. Will he get past? That is the question. The outside line as Emilius takes the inside line. The move seems to be made for the corner as Emilius then clipping the curb a little bit too tight, perhaps losing some traction on the uphill section. Fretty then fancies a piece of candy as he goes around Bruma on the outside. Bruma doesn't fight that position, does however have to answer for taking that line with Emilius. There will be some rage in the party chat, I believe, at this very moment. Bruma then defending very hard from Emilius, then being joined by Styles at this moment. Styles then known to be a quick driver, having won last race. Does not joke around as he dives up the inside to get some contact with Bruma. I'm not sure that completely planned, but the race goes on as now on lap 17 Emilius then fending off Bruma there. Bruma then clipping the curb, I should say, just to enter the pits. The strategy then might be that someone is looking for less ticks for the final race. Sure, but that does not seem like, or perhaps the attention it needs at the moment. Styles then up into 4th and Fretty in 3rd position. Have 2 minutes 45 seconds left of the session. 3 viewers, 1 comment. That might not be relevant to this stream at the moment, but yeah, Prince Killer is not, I think, unfortunate. Killer, if you are watching, you are probably not watching, but if you are, join GT Sport. SMJT then leading the race, 1.9 seconds to second placeman Gen 2 GSR. Gen 2 GSR, I don't know what your name exactly means, but probably have something to do with a GSR, or precisely the second generation of it. Then currently in third, Styles in fourth, as we have 1 minute and 38 seconds left of it. It should mean we're looking at the closing laps. I am check the live timing now to see gaps between the drivers. See that when 189 crosses the line, we will see the last lap of the race. Whether or not Gen 2 GSR has something to say about his positioning on track at the moment remains to be seen, but the gap currently around 1.5 seconds. Going down, they both have about the same amount of overtake left to be used. Are on the same tire. JT has a bit more fuel, and they do have the same amount of tire wear, so we shall see. This ought to be the last lap of the race, led by SMJT, followed by Gen 2 GSR, and the battle is intensifying at the moment. I will be sticking with these two drivers until they've crossed the finish line. Gap then currently 1.2 seconds. JT into the second sector, probably very excited in his pants. Has and is leading the race. Emilius has finished the race, so that confirms it. Thus the red marker saying final lap. Bruma has crossed the finish line, and Timmy the Turtle is about to cross the gap then 1 second between SMJT and GSR. Now would be the moment. Remaining overtake, perhaps exiting the last corner, that 16, we are coming up to it right now. JT then, having driven a fantastic race from lap 1, crosses the finish line as the race winner, and grid order will come in shortly. One thing that is a fact: SMJT has won the race. He is followed by Gen 2 GSR, third place Manfredi, X Styles X, currently not having fuel in his car, is about to finish fourth, followed by Emilius, then Bruma, then Timmy the Turtle, and that has been your race this week. I will take the opportunity to promote the league. This is Racing League Hub Super Formula. We race Super Formula on Sundays, Formula 1 on Formula 1 2019 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Mondays and Thursdays we do GT3 and GT4. And congratulations SMJT 189 on the race victory. I will invite you all for podium interviews. We will go on from there. and we are waiting for the drivers to join the post-race interviews. We do, however, have a champion on champion for the this season. We might as well invite him as well to the interviews. I am not sure if the second placeman is going to join us. I'm having massive trouble with the PlayStation menu, as no one's fault but mine. We do have 3 drivers in the conference room at the moment. First of all, congratulations, SMGT 189. Congratulations, Freddy, on your 3rd place, and I think that's all of us, as we're joined by Mr. Bruma Dinio. Congratulations to you all on the championship and the race. First of all, we go to SMJT 189. How was that race for you? Is that your first victory?
No, it's my 2nd victory. Yeah, it was really good. Had a really good start. Bit nerve-wracking towards the end as the gap started to close in 2nd place, but overall felt fairly comfortable.
And I don't think we have Gen 2 GSR in the conference room at the moment. He is probably doing donuts with the other guys on track. Freddy, we go to you, 3rd place this week. How was that for you?
Yeah, not bad. Tried the 2-stop as a bit of a gamble. I think we messed up qualifying a bit, probably had a bit more pace there, but on long runs I just had no answer, so I don't know if that was because I got the ticks wrong or anything like that, but just struggled to tie away really, but it was worth the gamble. I think we'd have finished 4th without it on a 1-stopper, so yeah, it was a decent race. Still missing that win, but there's one more race left yet.
Unfortunately, Gen 2 GSR couldn't join us today. They are cleaning up the hydraulic leak in the pit box. Brumadinho, then congratulations on the championship. Do you have any last words for in front of the penultimate or the last race that won't make a difference in terms of the championship, but yeah.
Yeah, I would like to dedicate this championship to 2 people. First of all, to Short, because I think if he had he raced all the races, he would probably would have won it. So, and second to my dad, who is not long with us. So, yeah.
Yep, that's a fantastic end of the season. Well done, and going on to the last race, we will still be on Sunday. Racing League Hub. You will find us on racingleaguehub.com. Race practically every day of the week, so here to join for Formula 1, GT Sport, or Formula 1 on PC. You know where to find us. Thank you very much for joining in. Good night.